Hey, what's up guys? Pyro here, and this is my third episode in my MvM guide. We are obviously doing Pyro. To start off, we're going to go over the primaries for Pyro. Right off the bat, I highly recommend you use the back burner because of the crits from behind. And yeah, it's a pretty good weapon for just taking out robots. You could go with the default if you want to use the air blast mostly. I also recommend the Phlogistonator if you're going to be facing tanks. However, I do not recommend using the degreaser just because the afterburn damage penalty and also the air blast cost is pretty bad with this. Sorry, that's my phone. As far as the Dragon's Fury, I have actually never used Dragon's Fury in MvM, so I can't recommend it. I don't see any pyro ever use it, so it's probably for a reason. The secondary, I recommend highly use the gas passer if you are going to play pyro. It just demolishes a ton of smaller troops or smaller robots. It's really good for taking out medics as well if you don't have a demo man. And I mean, a lot of people I see sometimes use the scorch shot. It's not terrible. It's just you're probably better off using the gas passer, just being honest. As far as your melee, your best bet at all your melees is actually the extinguisher, even after a nerf. And some people might be saying, oh, what about the power jack? But the thing with the power jack is you're really only getting a movement speed increase when you have it out, and it's not even that good of a movement speed increase. You're better off just upgrading your pyro speed and not even having a damage vulnerability while having it. And some people might say, okay, well, pyro, what about the back scratcher? Well, the back scratcher is kind of like, it's good for what it is good for, but it's very bad because you have a minus 75 health from healers on wear. So some of you guys might think, okay, well, what if you just have the dispenser? But no, even the dispenser, it doesn't even give, like, dispenser gives you 1 health per like 2 seconds. It's such a terrible weapon for like trying to get health back from healers. Obviously, that's why it has a minus 75. And maybe if you want to be kind of like a, I don't know, like I see some people who try to go the third degree and try to like do damage to both the giant and the medic. It could work. I just don't see it that often. So I mean, out of all this, your best bet is just probably using the fire axe or just using an extinguisher, because all these other ones have a pretty bad downside to it. Or if you want to be a pyro, you could also use the home wrecker. Now, as far as the upgrades on the first wave, you definitely want to get the ignite on the explosion, whatever, on the gas passer. And if you have credits left over, which you should, you want to upgrade your resistance right away because you're going to be in the very front end and you want to make sure you can survive from rockets and bullets. Now, as you advance through the waves as pyro, like I said before, if there's tanks in your wave, make sure you equip the Phlogistonator. As far as upgrades for a Phlogistonator, you want to upgrade damage when there's tanks and upgrade your ammo capacity. And if your team lets you, just stick to the tank for as long as it takes to destroy it. And after a tank is destroyed, if the following waves do not have any tanks, obviously switch back to a normal flamethrower, which could be of your choice of the stock flamethrower or even the back burner. And a lot of people ask me, okay, what do you upgrade for your flamethrower? I recommend only upgrading burn damage, or only upgrading the damage of the flamethrower and not the afterburn damage or the burn duration. Only because as pyro, a lot of times when you burn a robot, they don't burn for too long, because after spawning in and dropping, they usually die within the first 5-10 seconds, and spending a lot of money on burn duration and burn damage isn't that important. However, the actual contact, for the actual damage from the flamethrower, you can upgrade. I recommend just upgrading that later, because you mostly want to upgrade your gas passer first to get the recharge rate, and then get your resistance up, and then after that you might want to upgrade your burn damage on your flamethrower, and then if you have credits left over, then I recommend just buying uber charge canteens or crate canteens, so you could be in the front line doing as much damage as possible and survive as long as you possibly can. That's it for this video, guys. If you have any comments or concerns, leave them below. Like the video if you liked it, and maybe even subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.